Hello, we have successfully put back on the Mark 8 PCV valve onto the car, and now we have to put on the turbo intake hose.
What's going on, everybody? My name is John. Today we are back at the shop working on the GLI. Got some maintenance to do. It's been a while. I haven't done an oil change in like 6,000 miles, so we're a little bit overdue. So we got some 5W40 liquid moly here. Other than oil, we also have some NGK 74-38-9 plugs. So this is what EQT recommends for their stage 2 cars, I believe. So we're gonna be using these along with some brand new OEM coil packs, and hopefully that will resolve all of our issues. If not that, then hopefully it'll be because of the Mark 8 PCV Retrofit Kit that I ordered from Euro Tuning. So one way or another, this car is gonna get fixed, and hopefully it'll be today. Just to kind of fill you guys in a little bit, my car has been having a little bit more knock than usual. It's been getting around like -3, sometimes as high as -4 degrees. And to be honest, like I don't really feel it too much, but I do notice that the idle's a bit rough, and typically that issue goes away as soon as I change out the spark plugs, but it keeps coming back. So I don't know if it's the spark plugs, it probably is, but it could also be the coil packs, which is why I'm replacing them today. If you guys remember, I think back in November last year, I'll link the video down below, but I actually replaced the PCV valve already with a factory Mark 7 PCV, and that didn't really help my issue at all, which was the smoking on startup. On cold starts and that sort of thing. And it seems like the issue had went away for like 2 months, 3 months after I had made that video, but then it just came back, and now it's been way worse, especially in the summer while the car's been hot and we've been up in the mountains and things like that. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'm really hoping that this will just sort of eliminate all my issues smoking on startup, because it's really starting to drive me a little bit nuts. Yeah, I mean, that's really all we got for today. Nothing too crazy, just some basic maintenance stuff that needs to be done, and trying to further narrow down some of the issues that I've been having. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I wanted to kind of bring this up real quick. I actually got a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 thing, and I got the microphone right here. So I'm using my GoPro right now, but I'm using this as well. So we're gonna be trying to get some cooler content, and I think this is gonna be a pretty cool way to go about it. But of course, you know, doing certain things is easier with the GoPro, especially when I can just kind of hold it like this on a tripod or put it on my head cam. And so, yeah. Anyhow, today, like I said, we're gonna have to start by getting off these little goofy plugs. So we can just kind of pull up on these. There we go. There we go. Ba-bam. Obviously, I do have the EQT coil grounding kit, so this does make all of this a little bit easier. But normally you would have to take off the nut on this like thread right here and just remove the ground wire before you pop these off, obviously. But like I said, the coil grounding kit makes this a lot easier. So if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you guys go check that out down below. Hey.
I want to watch all the Sonic movies with you.
We've seen all of them.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have.
No, we haven't.
Which one haven't we seen?
We watched 1, and then we watched 2, right?
Yeah.
2 was the one with Knuckles.
Uh-huh.
We haven't watched 3.
When did 3 come out?
It's come December the 20th, I think.
It's not out yet. How can we have watched it? We've watched all of them. We've watched all of them.
I want to see Shadow.
Yeah, we can go watch it. But
And I want the new game.
ladies, am I crazy? Fellas, am I crazy?
Ladies.
Yeah, exactly. There's 1% viewers
That are ladies?
that are ladies. Yeah.
Alright, I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, literally. Next, obviously, we just gotta pop off these screws here that are holding in the coil packs.
Well, bam.
Well, bam. Now those are out. We got to disconnect the PCV hose next. Or well, we could really, honestly, there's zero reason to do this in any certain way in this particular case because I'm just doing it all at once. But, you know, if we were doing the spark plugs and coil packs only, I mean, we would just have to basically get to that. But I already have the T30 in my hand. So I would like to go ahead and start disconnecting the PCV T30 bolts next because we have to take this whole thing out and replace the hoses that come off of it as well. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the Mark 8 PCV Retrofit, honestly, I'm in the same boat because I'm not that familiar with it either. However, I do know that Data Driven MQB has made a pretty good video that kind of explains like some of the benefits and differences between the Mark 8 PCV system and the Mark 7 PCV system. It's probably worth a good read through if you're curious, but essentially the whole goal in doing this kit is that we improve the PCV system and prevent oil recirculation as much as possible without having a catch can, and I think that's right. Don't quote me on that. But for me particularly, I'm hoping that it stops my car from smoking on startup because that is like one of the most annoying things that I have to deal with, and it's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, we got this. The kit also comes with a little plug tab thingy, and I don't know where it goes, but I assume it goes right there because that makes the most sense. And then we also got like a cap thingy. We actually also got a hose here off of a, I believe, 22 Tiguan. Yeah, that's all we got, fellas. Now we just gotta take this one out, disconnect the tubes, and throw this one right here in there. And then we won't be smoking anymore on startup, hopefully. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll do the spark plugs afterwards. When we're disconnecting the PCV valve, we have to first disconnect the line right here, and then we're actually gonna have to disconnect the turbo inlet pipe as well because of the fact that we're doing the full swap. In most cases, you normally would not need to be doing that. So let's go ahead and first of all get this guy off since that's a pain, and we're just gonna have to pretty much brute force right through it and get it out. So yeah. Essentially, all you're going to have to do to get this out is just take out each of these T30 bolts. They won't come out all the way, just enough to where you can slip this out of the threads. And of course, you got to take off that little valve line right there, and then just, you know, disconnect it. You know, this turbo inlet pipe hose is giving me some issues, so we're gonna have to see how we're gonna get that out. I just took out the turbo inlet pipe, so that way hopefully I could get to it. My least favorite part about installing the turbo inlet pipe is getting this stupid breather hose off. I just remember this being such a pain in the ass. We sacrificed the turbo inlet pipe, we sacrificed the hose. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I could not for the life of me get this thing off, and I was getting really irritated. So I just decided to cut it, and then lo and behold, now we sacrificed this turbo inlet pipe because it's cut. So don't follow my advice, but I'm gonna replace it, so who cares? We're just gonna hope it works and that I can take it home without like having a crazy boost leak or all sorts of weird issues, which is pretty possible at this point. I was fed up with trying to get it off for like an hour, so we're gonna move on, pretend like it never happened, and we got a new hose anyways. But if you guys are curious, yeah,
I cut that thing. That thing is cut. So that's trash. For the Mark 8 PCV, we gotta take this little thing that it includes and put it on the thing on the top of the PCV, and then that thing is gonna slide right in. Maybe not. It might slide in. Now that we got this little tab thing put on the Mark 8 PCV, we're gonna have to go ahead and cap off the Venturi, I want to say that's what it's called, line from the Tiguan hose here. So this part's gonna go to the PCV valve, this is gonna go to the turbo inlet pipe, and then this is gonna be capped off. So to do that, we are gonna take some vice grips and get that like that. Hopefully move it down a little bit. We should be able to essentially just cap that off. I think that's good enough. Alright, so to get the turbo inlet pipe in, essentially you're just going to slide it in, and then these grooves on the outside of the turbo housing, your turbo inlet pipe is basically going to slide in and then lock in place. That way the T30 bolt is exposed, and that way you can screw that one back down and then latch it all together essentially.
Alright, so we are currently trying to figure out how to route the hose for the new PCV system, and it's looking like we're probably gonna go exactly the way that it came from factory. So in between,
There you go.
yep, just like that. Alright, cool. So now the hose is right there, and we're gonna have to essentially pop that on. Alrighty, so I just took off the turbo inlet pipe from the car again and literally slapped on the hose, and yeah, I couldn't get it with it on the car, so this is the way that we're just gonna let it be.
We got the PCV hose attached to it, and it's on the turbo inlet pipe. We're just going to pop this back on here ever so slightly. And we'll just kind of get that loosely fitted on. There we go. Uh-oh, there we go.
Alright guys, so I want to make a quick little post video talk here with you guys. During the filming of this, I was super tired. I was having a hard time with the PCV breather. I wanted to get home. Chloe wanted to get home. And so I did not film the spark plugs, the oil, and the coil packs. But I do have another video on my channel that goes over all that stuff. And also in that video, we replaced the PCV the first time on the car. So that's a little bit more detailed if you need that. But I wanted to also give you guys a quick update on the Mark 8 PCV. So since I've installed it about 2 weeks ago, I have not had any more smoke on startup, and it's been really, really nice. You know, the car feels good. Since I've done the spark plugs and everything, everything's good, except there's still a little bit of knock. But, you know, hopefully when I get a custom tune here soon after I install these parts that are sitting right over there, that will also be resolved, so I'm not too worried about it. One other thing I did want to mention for you guys real quick is specifically the differences in the PCV system for the Mark 7 GLI, 7.5 GLI, and the 7.75. So the Mark 7 up until 22, even though that's a 7.5, has the same PCV system that you guys see in the video here. Now the 23, 24, and then the 7.75 25 model year, they all have a new style PCV system that actually already has like the double, the extra hose coming off the PCV breather, and that actually goes to the turbo. So that's pretty interesting. It does look like from the photos I've seen that the actual PCV system itself is physically different than the Mark 7s, but it's also different than the Mark 8. And I know that people are still reporting issues with like 23s and 24s smoking on startup, especially like really low mileage. So I'm not really sure like what they did there. I guess they literally did like half of the PCV system or something. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know that because it is differences. You know, just kind of adapt the instructions I gave you to your specific vehicle. Although this should cover the majority of people that are looking to do this retrofit kit. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stick around because we got some pretty exciting stuff coming up and can't wait to show you guys. Peace out.